Okay, my name is Anna, and I'm right now in Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta is capital city of Indonesia, and this morning, or my time is tonight, I'll be presenting the topic about Indonesian outlook, including its advancing project management. So, just a quick overview about myself. I'm volunteer for PMI Indonesia chapter, but originally I joined PMI Japan chapter when I was in Japan. So in this presentation, I would like to divide into several sections. First section is about the country outlook, the country overview, and I believe there are couples of attendees are coming from Asia because I've seen your names. I think there is also an Indonesian joining in, so I'm not sure. So for those of you who know Indonesia already, so this slide might not be too interesting, but it's for those of you who don't know much about Indonesia. Indonesia is very big country. Is the fourth largest country with a population over 237. Actually, that's in 2013. I just checked the data from World Bank. So end of 2016, we passed 256 million. But again, we are a growing country, so we will expect more people, more population in the coming years. Well, in comparison to U.S., I think U.S. has more of 326 million or something. So U.S. is still larger than us in terms of population. For the economy, we are the 17th largest economy in the world. We are still considered as emerging country. So we don't like to be called third world country. So the terminology of third world country is unpleasant actually. So we prefer to be considered as the emerging country. Emerging seems to be a little bit positive than third world country. So the intriguing facts about Indonesians that we are heavy in using social media. We are avid social media users. We use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all kind of stuff daily. In our daily life, we use all of those. And in fact, I think Facebook owners came to Indonesia the other day, probably last year, to meet our president to discuss the collaboration between Facebook and Indonesian government. Not sure what that is actually. It's just quite intriguing to see how Indonesians are very active in updating their status in Facebook or Twitter. So it's a very interesting market and very exciting for the social media or the online marketing companies to target Indonesians for their programs and, of course, services. So besides social media, the recent booms in Indonesian digital users are the e-commerce. So we have many online or e-commerce companies invested in Indonesian market. They join the local startup companies. For example, Alibaba started or invested to Indonesian market. So did Rakuten from Japan. So did others from Korea. So we are seeing this as a trend that more people, use online shopping on online media for their day-to-day activities. The other thing that also intriguing about Indonesians are the usage of mobile. So we have more 3G subscribers than China has. All of us I think most of the population own more than 2 phones, because we have a system that allows people to buy mobile sets separately from the mobile number. So we don't have mobile plans. We can buy the handset individually, and we can choose which provider that we're going to use. So one person can have more than 2 phone numbers, or even 3 phone numbers. Just like my mom. My mom has 4 phone numbers. Don't know for what purpose, but it's quite interesting to see the numbers of subscribers. And the market is not yet saturated. That means there are still some people out there in Indonesia that haven't had phones, or have only 1 phone number. So it's still an interesting market for the telecommunication companies. The other thing also is quite intriguing is our GDP is growing at over 6% annually, and that is by far the largest economy in our region. So Indonesia is located in Southeast Asia, among Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and some other countries in our region. So we have constant and steady why? Because we are now improving our economy, and we have a very good, transparent government. We have anti-corruption body to make sure that the government is clean, and we simplify all kind of investment procedures and stuff. So our economy is growing, infrastructure is growing, and our population has some bonus demography. So all constitute to the high rate of GDP. And it's also considered or looked up as the democratic country, and we are the world's third largest democracy with a thriving open economy. So far we have had many presidents running our countries, and we have had a female president running our country, even like a few years back. So we could consider ourselves as quite democrat, because we have our presidents come from different gender, different academic background, or even different race. The other thing about Indonesia is it is located on the world major trade routes. So later I will show you the slides that display the location of Indonesia geographically, and therefore it has abundant natural resources. And I will also show you the slide to display what kind of natural resources we have. In terms of population, or the religions of our population, we are actually the biggest Muslim majority country. So we have the biggest Muslim population throughout the world. However, we could consider our Muslim movement is more, I would say, not very extremist. We call ourselves as a moderate Muslims. So if you come to our country and you will see a lot of female Muslims, they don't even wear the scarf like the ones in Middle East countries, because we are quite moderate. We tolerate many things in our religion. We try to live in peace and harmony between with the other religions, such as Christians, Catholics, Hindu, and Buddhists.